A bunch of Borderland teams looking to advance from El Paso to our games up in Midland and up in Las Cruces. We have you covered. Nichole, you really cannot complain about the weather. Perfect for football.
Yes, it is perfect football weather, but I'm tracking changes, Bob. That means cooler temperatures and the winds will pick up. Details in your full Storm Track weather forecast.
If it's determined that the actions of the students resulted in the injury of the administrator, they can face criminal charges.
Yeah, that is right. EPISD police talking about the students whose on-campus fight left an assistant principal needing surgery. The latest from Urban High School only on ABC-7.
They had a great case.
But ABC-7 confirmed that Las Cruces doctor no longer facing charges, even though she admitted to what she was accused of. Also, 2 dogs shot and killed. Our New Mexico mobile newsroom crew with new details on why an off-duty sheriff's deputy will not be facing charges there either.
Live, where news comes first. From the Mesilla Valley and Las Cruces to El Paso and the borderland. This is ABC-7 at 9 on the El Paso Las Cruces CW.
Hello everybody, it is Friday night. Let's get your football forecast for those who might be going home after the game. Nichole, what a nice night for some ball, right?
It is nice, especially compared to what we're tracking, a cold front, Bob. So that means cooler temperatures and stronger winds. I'll let you know what that means for your weekend forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, and for all those people who drove to Midland for some of the games, we'll get that as well. All right, topping our news, high school football, of course. Here at home, let's get to the playoffs. Eastlake hosting Abilene Cooper in the first. Eastlake's Alex Vasquez. He would walk into the end zone to put Eastlake up 7-0, and they were just getting started. Quitarango Lopez. He was in the pocket, and he finds a wide open Isaiah Olguin, who's going to take the rest of it into the end zone. Now, Eastlake now up 14-0 here, but Lubbock Cooper. Oh, I'm sorry, Eastlake was hosting Lubbock Cooper. I apologize. Got Abilene Cooper and Eastlake Cooper mixed up. That was my apology, but those were the correct highlights. Anyway, do want to let you know that was Luke Liddon who was kind of yelling at me in the back here. Abilene, it was Lubbock Cooper. My apologies. Anyway, Eastlake is currently leading 17-14 in the middle of the third. So whoever it is, Eastlake's winning. That's what's important here, right? Again, my apologies to Lou back in sports. And it's a good thing I can hear that PA. Anyway, middle of the fourth now, San Angelo Central is leading Americas 37-27. And for Eastwood, the score just went final. Sorry to say they fell to Arlington Lamar 42-35 over in Odessa. But a lot of Eastwood pride on our Facebook page. If you were on our Facebook page at halftime, you saw a lot of comments like that from Peter, who said, awesome. And then Eastwood fans, very busy trimming the words and syllables. Manny, go Troopers. Lorraine, go Troop. Claudia, Troop. But unfortunately, Eastwood fell tonight. All right, our Danny Mata is also in Midland covering all the games for us there. You can look for his coverage tonight on ABC-7 at 10 in sports. Well, Danny was also with Del Valle, a team looking to advance to the regional semis for the second straight year. Late in the first quarter, Abilene Cooper, this is where I got it mixed up, Devin Johnson with a 3-yard run. 7-0 Cooper, and after a Del Valle fumble, Cooper would cash in yet again. Austin Smith to Zhuang Hong. And hold on, though, Del Valle would answer back. Raymond Montes to Anthony Lopez, a 5-yard touchdown. Conquistadores would trim the lead. Cooper would lead 14-6 at the half, and unfortunately, they would pull away to get the victory. 31-14 was the final. Abilene Cooper being the winner. Sorry, Del Valle, but a lot of love also for Del Valle on the KVIA.com Facebook page tonight. Stacy saying, proud of you, Del Valle, as are we. And from Charles, thanks for the update. Good season, Del Valle. Hey, by the way, Burgess, they have also been knocked out of the playoffs. The Mustangs, they lost to Canyon 42-7. That was your final score as well. We're not done yet, though. Cruces, we're still talking about you. Las Cruces High School playing Rio Rancho, and so far so good. They're leading 41-14. Mayfield playing Clovis, and the Trojans are leading 14-3 in the third. And Centennial hosting Goddard, and they are also leading 26-12. 10 minutes left in the third. Now listen to this, though. If all 3 of those teams win, which at this rate it looks like they will, there will be a triple header next week in Las Cruces So what a day that's going to be for all you high school football fans in the City of the Crosses. Again, all your final scores tonight at 10 with Luke Liddon and Danny Mata. Again, sorry about that Abilene, Lubbock, Cooper mix up there. All right, we have some other news tonight. The first news station with the story of an Irvin High School assistant principal who wound up in the hospital after trying to break up a fight between students. And the new information tonight only on ABC-7. Well, an EPISD spokesman saying there are now 2 investigations underway at the Northeast El Paso High School, which is near Diana and Dyer. Well, witnesses are saying Assistant Principal Scott Gray was trying to break up a fight between students Wednesday when he was pushed to the ground and broke his kneecap. He had emergency surgery at UMC and he was released today. We learned those students involved could face criminal charges, but it all depends on what cell phone videos now being reviewed show happened.
There's potential criminal penalties and charges that students can face. It's very simple to assume that, well, we're going to have a fight after school, or I'll meet you in the alley and we'll settle it this way. That's how people, become injured. They can face criminal charges, and unfortunately, sometimes those injuries can be very severe.
Excuse me, we are still trying to confirm how many students were involved. By the way, EPISD is handling the administrative investigation. EPISD police working the criminal side of that. Our New Mexico Mobile Newsroom tonight reporting charges against the Las Cruces doctor were just dropped. Dr. Ann Mercer was arrested last year, you might remember, for allegedly not telling police about the neglect and abuse of a 7-month-old baby who later died. The baby's mother, 33-year-old Annette Smith, is now serving a 21-year prison sentence. She pleaded guilty to various child abuse charges. Well, Smith's 2 older daughters, 12 and 13 at the time, lived at this apartment with their mother, and they were students at a private school run by Dr. Mercer. Court documents stating both girls told Mercer their mother was abusing them, wasn't feeding or bathing their baby sister, Shania, and their mom would stack blankets on top of the baby to stop her from crying. That is what police say killed baby Shania. Well, Dr. Mercer reportedly, I should say, told investigators that she wasn't sure the girls were even telling the truth because she caught one of them lying about another student one time. But court documents also say she told somebody at the girls' church that they might be abused, but she never told police. So that's what has detectives pretty upset, knowing the charges were dropped.
What happened? Did we miss something? Was our investigation shoddy? Which I don't think it was. They did a great job. They have some great evidence on this case that they were ready to give out in court.
And we did reach out to the district attorney, Mark Antonio, to ask what was behind the charges being dropped. We were told there was a, quote, significant change in the evidence. We asked what that was, but we got no comment. ABC-7 also with new information tonight on that off-duty sheriff's deputy in Doña County who shot and killed 2 pit bulls today. This was on the 2900 block of San Elizario Court in the city of Las Cruces, and that is a neighborhood just west of the Field of Dreams sports complex. Tonight, Las Cruces police saying the man will not face any charges. An LCPD spokesperson is saying that the deputies showed up to his house to find the 2 pit bulls attacking one of his dogs on his property. So the deputy shot and killed the pit bulls. It's not clear how many times, though. The deputy's dog was not seriously hurt, and neighbors told police they saw the dogs roaming the neighborhood. No one is claiming to be the owner of those pit bulls. A sting operation targeted local body shops accused of insurance fraud. Police arrested 10 men yesterday and charged them with insurance fraud or organized criminal activity. They all worked at various body shops in the borderland. Now, in 2014, national investigators reported more than 200 highly suspicious insurance claims here in El Paso. A majority of those claims came from 8 body shops. Out of those 8, 4 were found by the feds to be ripping off insurance companies, like damaging, vandalizing, and staging crashes simply to get more money out of the claims. Those shops are Big V's Design, Gordo's, Rigo's, and C&M's Body Shop. We contacted all 4, and none of them wanted to comment. Hey, do not forget the big I-10 closure on Sunday in both directions from West El Paso to downtown to West El Paso at Executive. Now the closure begins at 5 in the morning Sunday and it runs through 5 in the afternoon. So El Paso electric crews can move power lines there and TxDOT crews can then start construction on the Loop 375 project. Again, that is Sunday from 5 in the morning till 5 in the afternoon. Speaking of traffic, let's give you a live look at it right now. 10 minutes past the hour. This is I-10 and Paisano. Looks nice and calm for the Friday night. Nichole, you believe how excited I got for high school football, mixing up the team names and all that?
I don't blame you. Football gets exciting.
I know. Cooper and Cooper.
Same thing.
Yeah, what are the chances? I know. Anyway, how about that forecast?
The forecast looks great for tonight. A little chilly, though, so if you're stepping out, make sure you grab a jacket. It will get cooler. Not only that, but I'm tracking a cold front, so that means cooler temperatures in the forecast tomorrow. Hasn't made its way into the borderland yet, but it should be here by tomorrow morning, and more than likely, you'll be able to tell the difference because the winds will be much stronger. So let's talk about that forecast. As that cold front moves into our region, again, this will take place early Saturday morning, so we won't really start to feel the effects of this system until I'd say about 5 o'clock in the morning. So between 5 and lunchtime, that's when you can expect strong winds in the forecast. But notice right now, light in El Paso, Las Cruces, even along the area mountains. Just keep in mind that will change. A wind advisory will kick in and stick around until lunchtime. So the areas that will really be affected by these strong winds: West El Paso, Northeast El Paso, pretty much this entire shaded area here. So just be prepared for those winds. So the winds are expected to pick up late tonight, early tomorrow morning. It will be windy and much colder tomorrow. So we'll talk about just how strong the winds are expected to pick up, your weekend forecast, and just what you can expect for Thanksgiving. That's all coming up, Bob.
Are we really talking about Thanksgiving?
We are. Got to.
All right, thanks so much, Nichole. All right, other headlines tonight. The family of an American killed in a terror attack in Mali has identified her as 41-year-old Anita Datar from Tacoma Park, Maryland, which is a suburb of Washington, D.C. Now, she apparently worked for an international development agency. Datar's family saying that they are devastated that Anita is gone. At least 20 victims were killed in Friday's attack on a hotel by Islamic militants. Back to Paris now. Candles illuminate an area that just a week ago was a scene of chaos and carnage. A reflection tonight, too, from the deputy who led the team that took down the attacks and the so-called mastermind, describing the dramatic scene Wednesday as officers raided the terror cell's hideout in a suburb of Paris.
One of them was shooting, and another one was sending grenades.
Grenades out of the window. One of the suspects detonated a suicide vest. The officers who were all involved in that shootout are okay, but 3 suspects, they were killed. Police are still looking for at least 2 other suspects tonight. They carried out nearly 190 searches overnight, and they took 17 more people into custody. Now, ABC-7's complete coverage of the Paris attacks continues around the clock with updates and brand new content at KVIA.com every day. At the top of our homepage, click on the link. It's called Paris Attacks and Syrian Refugees. So remember, stay in the know 24/7 with KVIA.com. And President Barack Obama planning to visit a refugee center in Malaysia tomorrow. He wants to highlight those going to Syria because they are fleeing the violence in Myanmar. Just yesterday, Republicans in the House, they rejected his plan to allow thousands of Syrian refugees to be resettled here in the United States. And speaking of, Congressman Beto O'Rourke supported the president's plan. If you would like to ask him about it or about any other federal issue, his 50th town hall meeting is tomorrow from 9 in the morning till 10 o'clock. You can find that at the new fire station, which is the one that was just built off of I-10 south of the freeway right by the Spaghetti Bowl. And that is also behind our complete coverage Sunday at 10:35. Join Maria Garcia Sunday night when she talks about the Syrian refugees with guest Victor Manjares, who's with the Center for Law and Human Behavior, and Josiah Heyman. He is a doctor and a director for the Center of Inter-American and Border Studies. ABC-7 Extra Sunday night at 10:35. Well, as we told you, those body shops in El Paso, they are in hot water. Some of the employees apparently got busted red-handed in a federal sting. That is a story you were talking about tonight on our Facebook page. So if you haven't chimed in, join that discussion right now. Again, KVIA.com on Facebook. And what a day for this El Paso cat. Hey, Nichole, he's alive. I think he has all 9 lives still. And why? Thanks to El Paso electric crews. We'll talk about that.
Oh my goodness, that was a good one. But the weather will change tomorrow. We'll talk about the cool down, the stronger winds, and we'll even take a peek at your Thanksgiving Day forecast. It's coming up in Storm Track Weather.
This is ABC 7 at 9 on the CW. You don't just watch the news here, you are the news. We'll be right back.